Greetings everyone, welcome back to my sketchbook. I have something that's been sitting around on my shelf. It was given to me a little bit ago. This, which is a Wendy's toy that I haven't opened yet. Anyway, seems kind of interesting. You get 3 minifigures. Guess which color, isn't that neat? Well, okay. Well, let's see what's inside. Huh. Ooh, who's that hanging on in there? Ooh, that looks like Deadshot or Slade. Okay, so you get Slade, Beast Boy, and Raven. That's interesting. Let's tilt this for a moment. What's this other thing here? Some kind of... okay. Slade. That's Slade Wilson. Beast Boy and Raven. Okay, well, that is interesting. Rachel Ross, Garfield Logan. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Well, Slade Wilson. Okay, I already knew that, so that's not that big of a deal. Anyway, yeah. Well, let's go with Raven and see if we can come up with something for this character. All right. I'll open up the inkwell. Well, let's zoom in and get this to lock down. If we have to fix it, we'll fix it. Okay, so this character is one of the Titans, or the Teen Titans. I guess starts off as one of the Teen Titans. And my understanding is she's the daughter of TRIGON, who is sort of like another dimension super demon, let's say. And she has strange powers. So I think she can manipulate shadows. Her eyes are not going to stay this way, by the way. I'm just kind of putting in something. Yes, you can manipulate shadows. She can... let me think of some other powers. I think she can make you feel sad, for whatever that's worth. Which is probably a pretty weird, awesome thing to do. I've seen different versions of her, so sometimes when you want something kind of light and fluffy to watch, you watch the Teen Titans Go, and that's pretty funny. More seriously, you can watch like just the Titans. I'm going to skip back and forth with some purple maybe. So I have purple here, and maybe I'll need some red as well. I'm just going to set those aside while I try to figure out what I'm going to do with this face. Hood wearing, look at this giant M thing. That's kind of like the Scarlet Witch. Now with this version, She seems to have kind of like two brooches. Whereas I think in Teen Titans she has one. I don't know which one I'm going to go with. I'll figure that out. I guess I could go with the two because that's what's in front of me. I feel like there's a version of her that she has sort of like a raven sort of feather cowl. I kind of remember that. But I'm going kind of messy here to start. I don't want to be at this one for a very long time. Now, what do I want done with her hands? That's where I'm going to use the purple, I think. So let's go to here. She manipulates sort of dark elemental kind of power. She also kind of, let's move some of this in as well. We'll muddy that out. And let's back this out a little bit too. Okay. Now, as far as she has a cape. I almost want to put those little raveny whatever things. Like the wings or whatnot. There's a lot of umming and ahhing going on here. Let us throw around something a little bit strange. I'm going to redden these eyes in just a little bit. And let's go with one here. And because she's the daughter of Trigon, we're going to hint at, perhaps, so I've drawn a few characters that had multiple eyes and purpley hair, which I know is kind of a strange thing. I didn't plan on this, so take that whatever way you need to. Okay. I'm going to put some messy marks inside here because I'm going to bring out paintbrush and water. And then some dark force let's say, so that she can have her raven wings. Okay. What else do I need? What else do I need? I got water here. Actually, there's something else I do need to add. So I'm going to add some more shadow. Now these details I may have to be putting back in here, but I at least wanted to have some of that hiding in there. Okay. I don't know when the last time it was that I actually drew a picture of Raven. She's an interesting character, though. A very moody character. She can be tormented by a version of herself, almost like another dimension of herself, that acts almost like Peter Pan's shadow, kind of independent of her. And so it's a version of her, but just a much meaner version of her that can come out every so often and torment her. Now, as far as how the Titans work, well, they are funded by Bruce Wayne and perhaps the other Justice League members. Yeah, I do believe that there are towers all throughout the US, for example. So, and different groups of the Titans abide there. But yeah, so let me think. Robin, Starfire, Cyborg, Raven here, and Beast Boy kind of occupy the West. And they live in a tower, which in the city that they dwell, it is rather obvious that that is their spot. It's not like a secret hideout to those of us who might watch the show. I guess everyone else, they wouldn't know that necessarily that's where the Titans are. But sort of like whenever, you know, you put on a mask, like Superman puts on his glasses, Robin puts on that little band of material, and all of a sudden, you know, you have no idea who that person is. Well, maybe you just have to suspend your belief system whenever you see the Titan Tower. I don't know. To me, that's funny. Now, let's see. And as I said, I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time on this. But I will go back in after, add in some detail, and then finish that off. just creating the blurry, watery effect very quickly. And what turns out to be the last page of this particular sketchbook. So we are fast approaching October. So Inktober is starting in about a week's time. So ready thyself for that. Prepare thyself for that. Get a look at inktober.com and find out the prompts, because that is fast approaching. It's pretty fun. Challenge yourself daily. Now this is kind of messy looking. I would go a lot darker, but this is just sort of a quick-ish thing, even though, you know, it's about 20 minutes of this. Okay. All right. Clean that off a little bit. Do the last little bit of detail-like work. Not exactly the same. Pretty wild, though. I don't know who I'm going to give these figurines to. They're not something that I'm necessarily wanting to keep. She's an interesting character. TRIGON is a miserable, miserable character who basically has children in order to try and take over the Earth realm. So that's basically what his purpose, I guess, is to just try to constantly take over our reality. Decided to go with a slight sinister smile for our friend Raven. And if I were so crafty, I would have created, I don't know, a bit more stuff going on. But this is not going to be a 5-hour-long drawing. I'm just putting some of that detail back in. Okay, well, that's the main thing that I have going on with that. Let's go with we can say something here. For a moment I thought I was going to write Daughtry. The things that float through my head sometimes. Ooh, I got an idea. We can make it a little bit like Brother Blood might have written this. I don't know the significance of the name TRIGON. My understanding, just from, mythology and that sort of thing, that this is more of a lyre, like an instrument, a trigon. So I can't tell you. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I haven't looked it up. I'm going to put a little streak of darkness in this name. And then I'm going to be doing the last little bit of runniness. Just a little bit. Well, that didn't go the way I wanted it to. Let's try this again. There. Something like that. Well, for around 25 minutes, that is all. Thanks for hanging out, folks. That's a weird thing to sort of get in a toy form. Anyway, I think that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and hopefully we'll see you at some point in the near future. All right. Ciao for now.